Hey Tim, remember that one time when you when you were in that band? The um, hey hey Tim, have you ever heard of the Insiders? Those are my questions. Are you gonna ask those questions?
What? Hey, let's call his band. What's like one of those '90s, like kind of like praise and worship group bands, like First Call or something?
Oh yeah,
Wasn't there a band called First Call
for him?
for him? We can't say that he was in
Avalon. Were you in Avalon?
Avalon. There you go. There you go.
Avalon.
He just sent me a text. He said these well, he didn't stutter. He said these seem boring. The questions. And
I got some. I got crazy ones for him.
But here's the thing. I didn't want to scare him off. You know damn well I'm not asking him these questions.
Oh,
we're gonna be going. I'm coming out guns blazing.
Tim, have you ever let the insurance lapse on your automobile?
Have you ever drank day-old milk?
Dang!
Have you ever briskly walked while carrying scissors?
Ooh.
I'll show him. I'll show him. I'll show him.
Yeah, you will.
I'll show him.
People come here for the hard facts. This is the Pickle and Boot Shop, everybody.
Oh, just hard-hitting journalism. We're journalists.
Drop it.
We're journalists.
This is like this is like 50 minutes.
Look out,
not
Connie
even like
Chung.
60 minutes. 50.
Oh, my goodness. We'll put Phil Donahue to shame.
Oh, man.
We are journalism the next level.
Tim, have you ever had an illegitimate dog?
Chicken? Have you ever had illegitimate chicken?
They weren't married. Laying eggs.
One time I ate a caged chicken. I only eat caged chicken. I hate free range.
Have you ever eaten a chicken, period?
I don't even know what that means. That's disgusting.
It's an egg. We've all eaten chicken periods. I mean, not everybody. There's probably some people in my house that are vegan that I don't know about. They're so thin. I can't see them. That's
what about that egg sac? We've talked about that before. The thing that forms the eggs. That's like in the chicken, and at any given
placenta.
No, there's like this little sac.
It's a placenta. It's called the placenta.
I don't think so.
It is.
It's not the egg. It's the sac that the eggs come from. And like at any point, there could be
cloaca.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
That's what you're talking about, a cloaca?
People eat those.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
In like Ohio, in like Asian countries and in Ohio, people eat those.
Wow. In Ohio.
Remember in Napoleon Dynamite when the farmer cracks the egg into the orange juice?
And drinks it.
Just drinks it.
Raw. Just does it. That guy was, I think I saw like where they talked about it, and that dude was for real. It was just some farmer.
Real. Yeah.
He wasn't an actor.
Yeah, the cameras were rolling.
So good.
Oh my gosh. I have had nothing to drink. And I am laughing. I am having a good time.
I've had something to drink and I'm exhausted. So this is going to be great. You guys will be
I feel like I have to work tomorrow, but I don't.
Jeez, you're lucky. Do you have to work the next day?
Yeah. I have to work Wednesday and Thursday.
Thursday is a national holiday, Joe. Do you get extra pay?
Roofing does not take a holiday.
Boy, with my job, we do. We're like, hey, everybody, we're going to turn the lights out. I don't want to hear a peep.
We're going to play 7-Up. Remember that game?
Yeah, 7-Up. Heads up, 7-Up.
Everyone put your head down, and then you guys all leave.
You know what?
And go
How
to bed
long did it take? This is what a good heart I have. I didn't know everyone was cheating. And that's how they were winning. They were peaking. And people kept winning. And I was like, gosh, how are they so good? Like looking at people's shoes, whatever. I closed my eyes. still, I was still not cheat. I felt bad about it, and I would not open my eyes because the teacher said don't.
Yeah.
Mrs. Marsh said don't do it.
Yeah. As soon as everyone was like, okay, heads down, and the kid put his head on the edge of the desk,
Yeah.
forget it. I
It was like
wasn't
this.
touching.
Like you're leaning way.
Yeah.
Up.
Yeah.
You guys get their shoes. That's
Yeah.
what they were doing.
I
One of
didn't
the kids
touch any of
explained
those
it to me in
kids.
junior high. And
I
I
wouldn't
was like,
touch any of those
I'm not
kids,
doing
man.
that.
I
not
would go
doing
to
that.
someone whose head was right in
No.
the middle.
No.
Check your email. He goes, is there a link? Check your email.
Do you ever start like
Check
talking
the
about
spam.
elementary school, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, my fourth grade teacher was Mrs. Robinson, and you
Should
forgot
be
that the whole time?
from Reese. It's a Zencaster link.
Guys, I don't know if you are praying that our show goes out of business faster, but this is the level of professionalism
Zero.
that your Patreon dollars are going towards.
These people, these big timers just drag us down.
Yeah.
This is why we don't have interviews, people.
Big timers is why.
We either get big timed or people are big timers that don't know how to use technology.
Yeah. That's the two types of people there are on earth, guys.
There's two types
big
of
timers.
people.
Big timers and big timers that don't know how to use technology.
Which are you?
That's
Which one are
exactly
you,
it.
people? Ask yourself
Yeah.
that tomorrow.
Which
when you're
camp?
on that treadmill, ask
If
yourself,
Jesus-
which one are you?
If Jesus were to come back today, okay, everybody heads bowed, eyes closed. If Jesus was going to come back today, I just need to see a show of hands. Which one are you, big timer or big timers who don't know how to use technology? I guess heads bowed, eyes closed.
And then someone's going to come around and tap you on the head. Hey! Look who decided to show.
What's up, man? Wait,
Yes.
there you are.
I'm
no,
not late, bro.
No,
Got one
you're
minute.
not.
You're early. And in California time, you're
look at that.
super early.
It's daytime there.
That's
That's
nuts.
crazy,
Can you
man.
believe it? It's a
Yeah.
whole
Tim.
big world.
Tim, I feel like I've passed you in age. You look like you haven't aged a day, buddy.
I did some rock shows, so
You
I had to
did.
get into shape.
Yeah, you guys
know
are
how
playing
that is.
again.
You don't want to be hopping around stage all fat and sweaty.
Believe me, you don't. Because I've done it plenty of times.
We've been there.
We've
We've all
did-
been there.
I just did 2 days ago. I was like fat and sweaty, and I was like, ugh. You know,
Tim,
when
what's
you
the
fall
most-
down on stage, you're dancing and you can't do it very well, and you fall down, and then you're just like, how much would people be bummed if I just stayed down here? 'Cause it's really comfortable.
Yeah.
Tim,
Okay.
how much when you
We've
were
all
at your
been there.
heaviest, what was your heaviest? Like over where you would consider yourself overweight. How many pounds overweight were you?
I came into this year at like 191.
That's the heaviest you've ever been?
And I was like,
I was that in
Jeez.
8th
Yeah.
grade.
so for these recent shows, I got down to like
Golly, man.
157 until my wife said,
Yeah.
you're too skinny. Like,
Oh,
you're looking
no.
frail. So now I'm about 166.
Why'd you get up to
which might be
190?
more healthy.
Why would you get up to 190? What were you eating?
Dude, I like
Me too.
food. I just
Me
sit
too. Me
around
too.
and like watch TV at 10 o'clock at night. I'm sipping some bourbon. I'm eating some chocolate. And then I get, I think I need salty. And then I move over to some salami and cheese and crackers. And
Oh
that
my
goes
gosh,
for a
I
while,
want to
and
be
then,
married to you, Tim.
You know, it just
Tim,
goes
I
on
want to
from
be
there.
married to you. We could do
I
a
gotta-
It could happen.
we could do a
California.
throuple, and because that's how Heidi and I are. We
Guys,
love food.
I got a
Yeah.
tip for you, and this is the best way I've found to lose weight is you just eat whatever you want, and then you go make yourself throw up.
No, that is, you can't joke about that because that's a thing.
Sorry.
Reese,
You're so
Reese,
insensitive.
you just got us canceled. I thought you were going to say you just eat whatever and then you just take a shot of Ozempic.
Oh, I can do that too. No.
So, did you know that I saw Leonore?
Oh yeah.
couple weeks
Did you
ago,
go to the
which
thing that
was
Mikey
good times.
Bridges did? Okay, he asked
Yeah.
me to go, and I feel bad
I
because I
did.
never got back to him. But I was like, yeah, Leonore's going. That's fine.
Well, you're a big time. You know, we know that
it's
you're
not
big
that.
time.
It's like when you fly to California, from where I live, it takes all day. Like your whole day is gone either
Yes,
way.
it
And I
does.
was like, oof. I just
Yeah, none of us had good touring cities. I guess Denver's the closest thing, but like that's why everybody goes to Nashville is because you can get almost anywhere in the
Yeah.
U.S. in a weekend.
Denver was
Yeah,
good
for
to
sure.
fly, but like if you had to drive anywhere, it was 8 hours. Like Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
LA was like 16, Albuquerque.
Albuquerque,
Yeah, you had Salt Lake City,
Vegas.
Albuquerque, and then what? Kansas City. That was it. You could make in 8 hours.
Colorado Springs.
That took 8 hours too. A lot of traffic.
Vail. I once
know
had
what?
a $13 Whopper in Vail. And that was in like 1998.
Vail's like, dude, Vail makes
Yeah.
New York look.
Makes
It gets
Hawaii
worse,
look
too.
cheap.
Like Aspen is worse.
Actually, literally yesterday, some family friends
Uh-huh.
came into town. I don't know if you know, my mom broke her hip. So mom's in recovery, but she's at her, she's a memory.
Oh, we lost you.
Uh-oh.
Tim, we lost your audio. Did you touch something?
Tim, while we can't hear you, I want you to know I broke my hip at one of your concerts. Yes,
Oh,
I
there,
did.
we got you
not.
back. We got you
I
back.
mean, I didn't get x-rays to check it, but I was like 18 and I was the only one stage diving at a too small concert and no one caught me. And I jumped off the monitor. You guys were probably just like, get this kid off the stage. And
You're
then
like, who's this
no one caught me.
Wow, and you didn't
Who's this
sue me.
long hair?
My hip hurt for like 2 years after that.
Were you wearing your swimming varsity jersey at the show?
I was wearing a Speedo.
Varsity jacket?
Okay,
Okay,
talk about
so-
your mom.
Back
Yes.
to
Yeah,
my
your
story.
mom.
It's not about my mom. Family friends in town, and she just happened to tell me
Okay.
a story yesterday that she offered to treat her friends to like bowling and some food and drinks in Vail because they were spending the night at their house. Like, oh, I'll get bowling. It was $600 for the four of them.
my gosh.
That's Vail prices.
Oh my gosh.
You're not joking around, Joe.
That makes me sick to my stomach. Oh my word.
golly. Can you imagine? Like, oh, I'll get the bowling.
If you would have told
For
me
bowling.
$200, I would have fallen out of my chair. 600.
So
How many? You're like, well, they bowled
let's
80
not.
games. They bowled 80 games, but still. Holy
you'd-
cats.
I grew up in a ski town, Steamboat Springs, and now it's like the fourth most expensive place to live in the country. It's for real. Like I don't know anybody that can live there anymore. It's too much.
Well,
Terrible.
Like not even the people who live there can live there.
No, they don't. They die. They just what is the opposite of living?
Now, Tim, to get back on track.
Whatever
here,
that is called.
we don't have to
To
get
get back
back
on
on
track.
track.
Okay.
I
The only
kinda-
reason I said
we-
yes is because I miss you.
Oh, samesies. Same girls, same.
I did have a
Tim,
With
I want to ask you something though. I proposed something to Reese. He's kind of brushed me off.
what?
You are an icon in the industry, in the show business industry, with
True.
an emphasis on the Christian scene that I know of. I want to run the same idea by you. You tell me what you think. You've heard of people doing like a split 7-inch, right? Where each band takes a side of the album. What do you think about a split t-shirt? 5-iron on the outside, you turn it inside out, MXPX on the other side.
I actually love that.
Like
'Cause it-
exactly.
You know what's cool is it would bleed through, right? So when you got the 5-iron side on, you would be like seeing this like, well, what is that other stuff? And then it would be MXPX and vice versa. So it's
Yeah.
like you're becoming one. It's like you're making out with Mike Herrera is what it is.
Which
Then
is a
I say
dime a
yes.
dozen. We've all been there. You know what I mean?
done it.
How do you think
We've all been a
they
few
got the
White Claws
tour?
in. We've all been a few White Claws in and maybe played a little tonsil hockey with Mike Herrera. Yeah. Maybe Yuri has welded our drum kit, if you know what I mean.
What happens in Bellevue?
Stays in
No,
Where
he
are they
wasn't in
from?
Bellevue. What was this? It was something else.
Bremerton.
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 I knew it was a B
Yeah.
and I knew it was Seattle area.
It's fine. Same
Tim,
thing.
tell us and our listeners, all 27 of them,
Mm-hmm.
we've talked about you. Oh, my wife must be cooking. The fire alarm's going off.
Sounds like your microwave's going off. Like
No,
you just got some popcorn.
that's the fire alarm.
Oh,
Heidi must be
stopped
cooking.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no!
I didn't know she was home. That was a good, hey, I'm home.
Doesn't
Or
she
your
know
house is
what
on
a
fire,
massive
dude.
Big shot.
It
This
could
is
be.
not professional.
Could be.
No, not at all. Not at all. But Tim, we've talked about you a lot on this show. And again, like I've already said, you are icon status. Take us back to when I'm going to be honest with you. I've been honest with you since I've known you. I didn't really know Prayer Chain. I kind of stumbled into the Christian music industry, but we've always talked about you as there was like praise and worship music, and that was Christian music. But then all of a sudden, Prayer Chain comes along and you pioneer this alternative to like, you can be Christians in a band, you could play music in a style that like people play. If you would, I know you've probably told this story a gajillion times, but I haven't heard it. Would you tell me how you got into it, how you and your buddies got together, and how you pioneered, like I said, you trailblazed this genre?
How did you invent Christian music, Tim?
So
It started
this
with
is really an
Christ, first he
intervention
invented.
for you, Joe, because Reese and we had to get you on the show because you lived in the bubble of the Salvation Army.
Yeah.
You thought,
true.
you know, all music had horn sections. That's why you were in a ska band.
Correct.
You don't understand
Correct.
this whole guitar thing.
So
no,
far, you're
I
speaking
grew
the
up in
truth.
Orange County. There was cool bands. We would go from church to church every week and see these local rock bands.
Now,
and
how old were you at this point?
just a teenager, and you'd get a flyer at one show to go to the next show. And, you know, it was this really underground thing because there was no phones. There was no internet. And
so what, was it bands like Undercover and the Altar Boys, or was
Exactamundo, baby.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, 441. But you know, and then you know the 77s came down from Sacramento, and the Choir was a local band, so it was pretty cool. All these guys were playing these shows every week, and you know, thousands of people were coming out. It was a blast, and so out of that, I was already in bands in high school, playing like in Hollywood at, you know, the Whiskey and like all these weird clubs where
What was the name of one of your bands?
Tapestry.
Oh, that's right. I do remember you talk about Tapestry.
So, you know, we were just doing kind of electronic rock stuff right up your alley, Joe. You would have loved it.
Oh, right up my hoop.
Just Google Erasure and it sounds just like it.
Okay. Okay.
But somehow, like, getting exposed to this scene, I was like, there's something going on here that I dig. And so my next band was a Christian rock band, The Prayer Chain. And some of the Prayer Chain guys were in other bands and stuff. And it just so happened that it was like one of those moments where different bands had broken up. And so we just kind of got together and started writing tunes. And it came together pretty quick, actually. We started playing shows and started recording and all this stuff. So it all happened pretty fast. But yeah, at that time, the cool thing about what we had is we did a demo that got played on Reality Rock Radio in Southern California. They really gave us our break. There were also these cool concert promoters. They did this big thing called Rock of Love for like 4,000 people that they let us play on. And out of that, I was like, well, I'm going to service radio. And then the big secret is there's like 28 Christian rock stations in the country. So it's not that hard.
Serious.
So I mailed them stuff. And then I would keep following up with postcards like, thanks for playing our song, you know. And so
this is
we ended up
before
having,
you were signed?
yeah. So we ended up having
Okay.
like a top 10 national hit.
That's so rad.
And we were talking to labels at the time. And by the time we got a top 10 hit, they're like, well, we should sign you. And then we had a good chunk of leverage to get a decent deal, which meant we had freedom to make the records we wanted to make. We owned all of our publishing, all this type of stuff.
Oh. And
So
this is like you signed to Reunion? Was it
Yeah.
Reunion? Yeah.
So Reunion was like Gary Chapman, who's like Amy Grant's husband, and Michael W. Smith.
Uh-huh. But it
and
was a
that's a-
major label.
Major. Yeah.
Yeah.
Christian major. But
Right.
when we were making demos and stuff, I had learned about the industry from like Mike Knott. You know, he would sit around, hey, what's publishing? How does that work? And he would explain it to me. And like, if you could get anything in your record deal you didn't get, what would you get? And, you know, just pick everybody's brain. And so when it came time for us to do it, one thing I did was smart is I hired the lawyer from Quiet Riot.
Oh. And
Girls like your boys. Yeah. I think you said
Yeah.
something foul there, but you were supposed to be rock, but I think you said something
yes.
else.
No,
I think you said
I'm
this
pretty sure it said rock.
Suck.
But,
Well, maybe.
I put the lawyer on a flat, which was $5,000 at the time, which, you know, 35 years ago, that was a lot of cash. But that
Man,
meant
it's a ton
I
of
could-
cash now,
I
dude.
I could call him at any time and ask questions, and I didn't have to worry about the clock ticking. So
Serious.
that meant like I could talk through the terms of the deal and what does it mean. And so I was getting this education on the music business while I was negotiating my deal, because you think it's going to be a couple pages, and you guys know it's 40 pages of stuff that
Yeah.
we don't even
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
that means.
Easily.
So because I was on a flat rate for the whole deal with the guy, I would just sit there for hours and like, what does that mean? What does this mean? And because he wasn't a Christian lawyer, like Reunion wanted us to hire a Christian lawyer from the Christian industry.
No, sir.
Some of the stuff they were proposing, he's like, that's bullcrap. Like,
Yeah.
why would you ever agree to that? That never happens, you know, in my industry. But wacky stuff happened in the Christian industry where like they would just take your publishing and all this stuff. So, yeah, we got a deal. And then for us, it was just like, I love playing live. Like Andy and even Eric and Wayne, like love writing the songs, recording the records. For me, that was okay. Kind of boring. Put me on
Same.
a stage. That's what I love.
Same.
Like, you know, like when you got to win over that crowd, like there's nothing like it. Like it's
True.
fun to go into a crowd that knows all your tunes and like they're hyped. But it's also fun sometimes like, oh, I got to work hard because
Yeah.
these people are just staring at me and
Yeah.
they're not singing the lyrics and like we got to win them over. Like I love that challenge. So when we put out our record, we wanted to hit the road. Oh, also when I was negotiating with Reunion, they're like, somehow you got through the system and you signed the deal, but we don't sign people that don't have managers. You need a manager. And so we had gone up and played the Scream a few times with Frank. And so I just called him and I knew he was like a business guy and he liked our band. I was like, you know, would you be our manager? And he's like, well, I've never done that. I was like, I'll just teach you how. It can't be that hard, you know.
What was
Teach you.
Frank doing like for work then besides the Scream?
You
He had
he-
graduated
Landscaping.
Anomaly.
Landscaping.
Yes. Like he had the landscaping stuff.
Oh, he
and
still had that.
All those crazy stories of like being a ship captain and like weird stuff. I don't know.
Okay.
Stock market, who knows?
Yeah.
So,
He was already a
We hit-
millionaire, like by age 18.
probably,
Yeah.
I don't know. I know like he's the first guy I know that had a Porsche. And I tried to drive the
I'm
Porsche.
48. I don't know anyone who's ever owned a Porsche.
So I was driving that car around Concord, just grinding the clutch and the gears. And I was like,
Oh,
"Oop,
dude.
sorry. Oop, sorry." No idea how much that car cost. So yeah, we hit the road and you know, that was a freaking blast. And people knew our tunes from radio. And that was weird where you'd like show up at Cornerstone or something. It's like we're playing at 3 p.m. in some tent, and all of a sudden there's like 1,000 kids and they like know your lyrics and they'd gone to the Christian bookstore and bought your stuff. And you're like, this is so cool. And this is so weird because it's like, I always thought California. Yeah, California, we're playing 4 or 5 shows a month. Kids know us because we keep going back to the same places. But then you get across the country and it's like, wow, this is amazing. Like people actually know who we are. They actually like our songs. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I think that we were like one of the first bands to really tour, you know, and a lot of that was Frank.
You played in the Soviet Union, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Did you
you
really?
didn't just tour. You like,
And Finland and England and Germany.
oh
and-
my gosh, man. It's epic.
Yeah, I remember
smoke.
being trying to finish college because my dad really wanted me to finish college.
Did you?
And we were signed and we were doing stuff.
Tim,
And
did you go back and finish?
I finished.
Oh, good.
Like in the
See?
middle of the semester, I remember flying to Russia to play shows and going like, what am I doing? You know, but I only had like a few months left. And it's just like super glad I finished, although I've never really ever used it.
No.
But
Yeah. What was it
No.
in? Criminal justice.
no, it was communications marketing.
All right.
It-
I think
oh,
you
okay.
have used that.
I think
Tim.
you have used it.
So, well, I picked communications because it had the least amount of math. Yeah, I didn't really
Okay.
want to do like, I was like, I don't understand calculus and trig and like how that can apply to life. So my one math class was at the junior college was like math 100. And like, you try to like, what's the most efficient route for the meter maid to check the meters in the city? You know, like that's about as complex as it got.
They're like,
But yet-
this guy's
but
probably
yet
gonna
you
be
could
the boss
figure
of
out-
the theater maids.
But yet you could figure out publishing, mechanical right, royalties, all that like at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, you know, my dad was a businessman. He was also a jazz drummer. So I kind of got the best of both worlds.
That's
Was he
cool.
really?
I
I didn't
know that.
know that.
Yeah.
I thought he was just like a great businessman with the Coca-Cola.
Was it with
Yeah,
And then
Hanson?
Hanson's and then
Yep.
Hanson's and then Monster.
Yep. But the way he made beer money in college was playing drums.
Jeez.
That's
Jazz.
amazing.
Like that's not, you can't slouch and be
Yeah.
a jazz drummer. You
So
have to be
still in my office today, I have his 1952 Gretsch kit, you know,
Ooh.
and
Dude.
it's just fun, you know, a piece of family history just sitting there every
Dude.
time I go in the office.
Where was that at back in the day? Was that always like at their house there?
Yeah. So
They lived in, they were in
La Habra.
Tustin.
La Habra.
Okay.
I think he
Okay.
stayed there actually
Yeah, we stayed there a lot. I love
Um,
that place.
because it had the jacuzzi,
The
and pool
Coke
and
room.
stuff.
Yeah, the jacuzzi and the Coke room.
The
Now you
Coke
guys are thinking Coke, like
Coca-Cola.
Scarface. I'm talking Coca-Cola. You guys had Coca-Cola memorabilia. The entire room was red and white. Coca-Cola wallpaper, Coca-Cola bed sheets.
Yeah.
There was like a
Jeepers.
Coke can that like was on a space shuttle.
You're not
Yeah.
lying.
Yeah, not lying. It was
So-
like a, yeah.
To go down a rabbit trail, great grandpa had a beverage company in Bakersfield, California. And when Coke was invented, they came to him and said, "Hey, will you sell this product?" And he's like, "I'll test it and see." So he would sneak bottles of Coke into a case of root beer to get people to try it. And then turns out Coca-Cola turned into a thing. So
Yeah.
my family and then my grandfather took over the business and then my father. And so it was like this rich family history where like when I was a boy in Bakersfield, I lived there till I was 8. You know, they would put me on the conveyor belt sitting in a wooden case that you would put Coke bottles in, and I would ride down the conveyor belt. and
Oh
stuff.
my gosh.
You make it sound like it was like the 30s.
Pretty much. You know, I'm old. So yeah, the drum kit, when I was 12, my dad took the drum kit out of the office and set it up and offered to me, my brother, my sister, does anybody want to play? and I was kind of the only one that took to it and dug it. So I started taking lessons, and that led to forming a band in junior high and playing the talent show, and then high school and the clubs, and then Prayer Chain.
And when did you sing in those bands, or were you just like, man, and when
Were you
high
like
school
Mickey
is that?
Dolenz, where you were playing drums and singing, like Phil Collins?
Well, when Prayer Chain, when we first wrote like our first batch of songs, I was playing drums and singing,
Jeez.
but we just thought that would be
They found
not a
Wayne.
great stage show.
Yeah.
So at a show, we had like a fill-in drummer. We were playing a club, and we announced like, "Hey, we're looking for a drummer." And Wayne came up after the show, and Wayne looked incredibly young. He was in college at Pepperdine, but he looked like he
Okay.
was 13 years old.
Okay.
We're like, "Who's this kid?" And so ends up, we gave him a tryout, joined the band, and he's freaking awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
such
no
a great,
slouch, man.
creative, tasteful guy.
He's a good drummer.
Side story, my other high school band, Tapestry, we were looking for a drummer, and a guy came to try out for us who was 12 years old,
Are you kidding?
named Josh Freeze. Do you know who
Jeepers.
Josh Freeze is?
Yeah.
Like drummer of like Nine Inch Nails, Foo Fighters, The
Yeah.
Vandals,
Oh my
Weezer.
gosh.
Google that guy.
At
And-
12.
And we decided like, nah, we can't have that kid because like he can't drive to the gigs and rehearsal, and that's too much of a hassle.
He
And,
just went home and practiced more.
Yes,
and
yeah.
became
No,
a
dude.
ninja.
At, like,
I
12
read
years
his
old.
book. and
Maybe he
said
was
that
13 or something, but like
That was the feel he
he
needed.
was freaking amazing. Like his
Sheesh.
dad was in the industry, and just probably when he could hold sticks, he started playing. That guy's like
That's rad,
off
dude.
the chain, amazing.
That's crazy. Now, I want to take you to the opposite end of that. When did you know that the Prayer Chain was done? When did you know that the Prayer Chain was done? And was it a shift in the scene? Was it a shift in the band? And then what'd you do for that next? Like how did you transition from the band and the Prayer Chain? You knew it was over to the next step in your evolution.
Well, if I had to do it all over again, we wouldn't have broken up.
Okay.
But-
Yeah.
Reese, your hair looks so good. It's so thick.
Doesn't it? I know.
Golly.
Man, I put shit in it to make it thicker.
It's plugs. It's plugs.
Yeah.
It's not plugs. Yeah.
When we started this
thanks, man.
podcast, he was thinner. And now all of a sudden he's got this great hair.
Boom.
No, it's
We'll go offline and we'll talk about your remedy.
okay. Well,
Um,
talk about my
So-
treatments.
I was conservative Christian kid. There was some shenanigans going on behind the scenes. And I
With
was
your
like-
your bandmates.
And I was like, oh, this ain't right. We can't be a Christian band,
Uh-huh.
which it's true. Like we're freaking adults, you know, and we're playing in youth groups and stuff. And it's
Yeah.
like, what we should have done is just gone and played the clubs, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I think
I
that's
didn't-
everyone's regret.
That's
I
why
was
we played
in-
clubs, because I have a drug problem.
Yes, I know that. It's well
Yeah.
documented.
Yeah.
And that's how you paid for the first tour, right? You were selling that stuff to the kids.
Just slanging the
yeah.
cocaine.
No, I don't even I didn't have enough money for a startup on the cocaine, so it's just modeling glue. And that's all it's my first love. I love to sniff glue.
I've seen the residue around your face. I know you're
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
huffer.
Yeah.
Huffing is like a lost art. You know, there just aren't enough huffers.
lost.
Yeah, it's like smoking. Everyone vapes. When I see someone fire up a dart, I'm like, you know what? God
Respect.
bless you. Yeah, God bless you, man.
Spray paint in a paper bag, like, oh, that
Yeah.
guy knows.
Yeah.
Silver all over his mouth.
Exactly, man.
That's
Those
the-
guys,
He's onto
That's the
something.
name of the next Fly
they're
Rod
not
record is
quitters.
Spray paint in a paper bag. Write that song.
So you were playing youth
Oh.
groups.
And like we're adults.
Yeah.
And your CCM rule book wasn't working for the band that well.
Yeah.
So because I was just like in this micro focused thing, I needed outsiders to really come in and go like, well, you could actually just do this. But I didn't have that.
Did
I was like,
Frank
I guess
didn't
we
tell
got to
you
break
things
up the
like that?
band.
Frank was like, "Don't get married. Just go have sex, dude. Just like, don't do this. You don't have to get married. You're gonna ruin your career."
Because I got married, and that was another factor in the equation is being on the road and going like, I don't know if this is going to work.
When you're married,
Yeah.
it's like, especially
I'm
the
gonna have to choose
newlywed, you're
one or
just
the
like,
other.
because your wife is like not.
Remember,
You're just like, this is so fun. We slap each other's asses, and then we eat potato chips all day. She's
there we
like,
go
"No,
rock.
Nope. No.
I remember another friend of mine who broke up his band for his wife.
Oh,
Oh.
it was more Kyle. It was more I couldn't
No.
stand
You're full
Kyle.
of that never came up.
Oh, the truth is coming out here, Joseph.
Yeah, there's two sides of the coin. I had the situation where I was constantly being asked, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do? And I'm like, what do you mean? What am I gonna do?
When you
I
get
have
a
a
grown-up
band. I
job.
sing for a band. Yeah, but I get it. But what are you doing next? And I used to always say like, yeah, but you don't ask a lawyer what they're gonna do when they're
Who
done
asked you
lawyering.
that?
Like they're a lawyer.
What idiot asked you that?
My ex-in-laws.
Oh.
Yeah, those people suck.
Yeah. So and
You were
so it
freaking
was like
on
I was-
salary. You had health insurance. You had your housing paid for and your cell phone.
yeah.
Jeez.
Like you were better
Yeah.
off than like 87% of Americans.
Yeah, I know. But then it was also Kyle. Like I couldn't stand. I couldn't do one more tour. And I think it was the side that like when
He's
I went
fine.
home, I was
Is he
constantly
still
being
alive?
asked, like,
We think
yes,
so.
he is. He is. We think he is. Yeah.
Well, Reese, story goes, I got
Mhm.
them the opening slot for Audio Adrenaline,
Uh-huh.
and it was going to be for like 5,000 people a night, and they were getting like real money. I can't remember, but I think it was like 10 grand a night or something, which at the time was like, ooh. And you know, all the ska bands were like
I like how
Crush-
you keep saying at the
crushing
time.
crushing
Still
the merch.
today, November of 2025,
Yeah.
10 grand is still a lot
So-
of money.
So I ran all the numbers and I was like, Joe, you got to do this tour. It's 2 months long. You owe it to the guys because each guy after the tour is going to walk with like $60,000. You have to do
Oh,
it. Right?
Joe.
Nope. My wife comes first. Priorities. I was like, Joe,
Bring
You're
her
going-
with you.
you're going to regret this.
Yeah.
You think this is just a thing that you can make happen, but it's very difficult.
Oh, this is a good.
Well,
this
well,
is
here's
good
the
to
thing.
hear.
I haven't regretted it one day.
Whatever. Whatever. Except when you try and back together.
yeah.
Yeah, that was always been tricky, huh? So what were your thoughts when like how did I remember we were trying to like figure out if we were going to sign a deal and all of a sudden I remember Nate saying like, hey, there's this guy Tim, like how did you get caught up with us?
Okay. So like post Prayer Chain, yeah, I was consulting for some labels because in the Prayer Chain, I was actually working for Vineyard Music.
Okay.
Mainly because Chris Wimber, who ran the label, was friends with Tracy, my wife, and basically looked at me and was like, that guy will not be able to make a living. So he gave me like $1,000 a month stipend to be like A&R. And when I'm on tour, like find bands. But I actually did a few records, like, you know, like got bands in the studio and helped them do records or whatever. So I felt like I earned my keep. But from there, I don't totally know how it came about, but I ended up working for Gene. And that guy's a freaking mess. We all know that. And
He was an
know.
amazing mess.
oh, just a beautiful, gorgeous mess.
What?
Yeah,
So what
you
did
didn't want to
do
look
for
away.
Gene?
What?
Gene Eugene. guys
Yeah,
who
so-
are at home.
I basically ran Brainstorm.
Okay.
Joe had left, and Joe's super smart, and
Not me.
Gene
Not me.
like, Ojo Taylor from Undercover, who was the co-owner of Brainstorm Artists,
I
had
didn't
left.
know that.
So
He just-
Gene,
He lives like 30 minutes north of me. I think he retired from teaching music business at James Madison University. Yeah.
so
Okay.
Gene was a creative and not much of a business guy, and I don't want to disparage the guy on his death, but he liked to go the track,
Yeah, he did.
with big fat royalty checks coming in from the distributor,
yeah,
and the royalties were not funneling to the bands.
I don't
Dog-
think that's disparaging. I think that's amazing.
dog
It just
dog
speaks
track
of
or
his,
horse track.
of his legend.
So I completely removed him from all bank accounts and everything,
Okay.
so he couldn't touch it. And I would have Anna, right?
Anna. Yeah,
Anna. Who co-owned the studio, let me know if mail came in so Gene wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
And I had to keep everything away from him. And then there was a system where we would just
in
hand
case it
him
was a check.
yeah.
Okay.
And then we would just hand him a $20 bill every day. And that was his allowance.
He loved his Dodgers too.
So
He loved the track and he loved the Dodgers.
Jeez.
I remember when he was gonna okay, he owed me. We put out a Prayer Chain record.
Oh no.
Antarctica that was B-sides and stuff.
Yes.
Oh,
You
yeah,
did
I
that
remember
with him?
And he owed me $20,000. And he didn't have it.
Yeah.
And so I signed the insiders' rights over to me and said, when you pay us, you can have this back.
So then he was down 40 grand.
So then I got tipped off that he was selling the insiders to Buddy, or actually to Michael Black, who I think worked for Buddy or something.
Oh, we had some. He tried to hook us.
So
He was reputable.
I got Michael's number somehow and called him. I said, hey, you're about to give Gene a bunch of cash for something he doesn't own. I own the insiders. And I said, but you can still do the deal, but you're going to funnel the first $20,000 of the deal to me. And then you can pay Gene whatever else it is. I never knew the terms.
Oh,
And,
my.
yeah, Gene, it's just oh man, why'd you have to go and do that? So he came down with a cashier's check for us for the Prayer Chain for 20 G's. And then I tore up the thing that said I own the insiders. And
Wow.
now you're on Buddy's label.
Oh, man. That's nuts. I didn't
You
know
could have
all of
s-
that.
You could have
So you
spared
didn't-
them from that. Yeah.
So you didn't join our dysfunctional machine because you wanted to. You were.
No, I was managing you
you-
way before that.
you were
Well, 'cause
pigeonholed into that
I was your
sucker.
A&R first, remember?
Yeah.
At Brainstorm. And then
What was it like with that? Because I look back now, mind you, we all look back. We've had 5 years of this podcast to talk about the beginning, right? And I am embarrassed of so much, and it's it was embarrassing.
Whatever.
What were your first impressions of us? Were you just thinking oh my gosh, can these guys be any more wet behind the ears?
yeah, you guys were just so naive and just eyes open. We made it to California.
Yeah,
Going
totally.
to a studio. And just story, Reese, where in the green room, Anna had these pictures of pinup girls,
Yes.
and they're all clothed.
Yes.
But I come in one day and the insider boys have put like black gaff tape over all the boobies because they didn't want to be
Close
not-
movies.
Not
tempted by the
all the
boobies.
insiders, just a few.
Yeah.
And then also, Gene had that chair that underneath the chair was like every Playboy that was like ever printed. Did you ever know about this?
No.
So like there was like, you know how it was the house and then you walked into the green room, the
yeah.
control room, and then there was the little hangout
Yes.
room. There was a chair back there that if you lifted up the seat cushion, it was just all these Playboys. And so all us guys, we would be like recording our first Christian, like we'd be recording our first Christian album. We'd be like, I gotta go to the bathroom. And it was like, you just went to the bathroom like 10 minutes ago. And it's like, I need a timeout. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm not feeling well. But
I'm
you guys
halfway
can
through
stay in there.
1964. Okay,
Yeah,
I gotta go to the
but you
bathroom
guys-
again.
You guys stay in the control room. I'm gonna go because I think I'm gonna blow it up. So you don't want to be back there. Don't even look in there. Don't even look in there. And then it was like you'd lift up that seat, you'd snatch a bunch. Yeah, it was something. Gene was something, man. That place. I just remember going to California, being so naive because I was like 18 years old, 18, going on 19. So naive. And then being from the Midwest and then going to California, that it was just like we always called them like California Christians. Like it was Christianity, but like the next level, like people swore. Like they were Christians, but they swore. They were Christians and there were like pinups. They were Christians, but they drank. Like all these things that like just blew our minds because that didn't happen, like in the Midwest. Just blew our minds. And then it was like, I remember, Tim, I remember you. There would be times where we'd be doing stuff and the look on your face, like if we got caught doing something like naive, I remember the look on your face was that of like a father, just like rolling their eyes and being like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like I have to talk to you guys about this? And then and it was just nonstop. It was just all the time. Like we would go do a tour and then Nate and him would like talk and then Nate would like sit us down and like relay the talking to that he got from Tim. And then the next time we saw Tim, we'd be like, hey man, what's up? And he'd be like, sit down, boys. It was like, he'd give us like another talking to, like, you guys can't do it like this. You can't do this. It was always telling us like where we went wrong, what we were doing wrong. And I look back on it now. I wish I would have listened more. It was great.
We all know that Sang's probably a gajillionaire now because
yeah,
put all his money away.
He
Just
did.
All the rest of you
socked it
guys
away.
are just buying video games.
He listened.
Yeah,
to
just
Tim.
socked it away.
Tim's
Just
like,
socked it away.
Yahoo.
No.
If you get an email address, you get a free 100 shares of stock, and he's just like, oh, well,
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
like,
know.
oh, okay.
Yeah, like I don't know, dude. Maybe it was like an older brother father type thing, but I always had a deep love for you guys, and I guess I managed full Zen for a minute, but like you guys kind of the only band I really managed because it's the manager relationship is like a deeper, more personal, time-consuming relationship where like someone's going through something, they're gonna call you at 11 o'clock at night and all that stuff, but. Like I dug it. I always had a lot of admiration for you guys and it was fun. We had a lot of fun together and it was cool because I felt like there was a respect level for me, but it kind of went both ways and you guys were doing good work, putting out good records, doing good tours.
I never felt like it went both ways. I feel like we respected you a lot. And then I feel like you were just like, oh, these screw ups.
The secret sauce too of the Insiders was Johnny, because I had eyes and ears on the ground that were like logical and rational and didn't have that teenage boy mentality, and that was Johnny.
Yeah, for sure. And he worked like 18 hours a day, easy.
Yeah, and he freaking loved every minute of it. It's probably I mean, for a lot of us, it was like some of the most pleasurable memories of our lifetime. We're doing some of this stuff, carefree. You didn't even know it at the time, but like not a care in the world. Like you said, we're going to slap each other's asses and eat potato chips. Like,
Yeah.
that's
And
never
then
going to
poop.
happen
And then
again.
poop in the potato chip bag, which we made Johnny do.
So
like, I
but-
think
but
I
Joel,
think of myself
the
now.
day-to-day business set you guys up. Like, I can't believe you had a rock band that you guys were on salary with health insurance.
Oh
with
my
your,
gosh, I'm so
lodging
jealous.
paid, your cell phones paid. I mean, like you each were making like a couple G's a month or 2,500. I can't remember.
Holy crap!
It was just fun money.
How
All of
we
your
sold
food and
more
all
albums than you, and we made $1,156.66 a month, and then still had to pay taxes on it. Like, still had to pay self-employment taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I remember my tax returns being, I was like, oh my gosh, like I make a ton of money. Like, I remember thinking, like, this is a good gig. In fact, when I left the Insiders and started working for the Salvation Army, I took a pay cut.
Yeah,
It was
'cause
nuts.
on top of that too, like all your lodging was covered, and like you're getting per diems like 250 days a year, so you're not thinking about food. And if you're staying or Johnny, you're like trying to pocket part of that per diem every day and come home with a few $100, right? Extra. Even though like your per diem was nothing, it was like $15 a day or something, but like certain guys would find a way to stretch that. I don't know how, but they did it.
Peanut
Yo,
butter
they
jelly
totally did.
Sandwiches. I'd
Yeah,
blow
or they
through
just
mine in the
didn't
first
eat.
3 days, and then
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Hey Keith, can you bum me some money?"
You'd like, because you'd like buy a new laptop. You
Yeah.
were always buying laptops.
I was into the laptops.
Yeah.
I would always be like, "I need to work on my graphic designing."
Yeah. And so Tim, once we called it quits, were we the last, because you just said that like we were the only band that you really managed. Like when we called
Fold
it
Zan.
quits, oh yeah, Fold Zan.
Did they
but they
really
were
need
done by
management?
then.
What'd you say?
Did they really need management at that
Fold
point?
Zan.
Like,
for
they
us.
knew what was up. Gyro, Jerome, and Frank. Like, they could have read. They'd be like, "Yeah, I'll quote our contract to you."
Yeah, I think creatives a lot of time need someone doing the
Somebody
junk they don't
grounded.
wanna do.
Like,
I like
hey,
how
man,
you call them creatives. I'm going to start
Yeah.
using that term.
creatives.
I'm in the industry.
Yeah, you are.
You have to
You're throwing
deal-
out new buzzwords. We're going to
In law enforcement, you don't use the word creatives a lot.
No, we call them hippies.
I busted some creatives down the corner the other day.
Yeah. 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 That's exactly how we talk. So when it ended, what made you, because what blew my mind is I always bring it up to friends. It might be funny to you, but I always bring it up to people that like once like you were no longer our manager, you became like a motorcycle race promoter.
Well,
Didn't you do that?
one. Yeah, well, okay, so
I remember you
Become-
telling me like, yeah, the next big thing is motorcycle racing. It's going to take off like NASCAR. And like in my head, you became the biggest motorcycle promoter in the world.
your head is wrong. So when I got done with touring, at the same time I was doing other stuff, I started promoting shows because I dug it. When I was a teenager, like I really dug that scene and it was kind of gone. So I was throwing shows. I mean, I probably promoted 5 iron shows and stuff where like I just wanted kids to have something to do because I enjoyed
Yeah.
it. And that's how like Transparent was born.
Okay.
At the same time, I think I was probably managing Fold Zan. At the same time, I started a label called Floodgate. But yes, at one point in time, some friends of mine were like, "You know how to promote concerts. You think we could do a motorcycle race?" And I was like, "Yes, we can." And it was a really bad idea because it lost like
Oh.
150 G's.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
And I was in for like a quarter of it. And the other dudes were
Oh.
fairly well off. And for me, like writing a $35,000 check, like I had a little bit of stock portfolio that I was trying to build up. And I had to sell basically everything to pay this debt. and it was like Starbucks and Microsoft and Apple and all
You're
these
like-
stocks that
in the
you know,
in the 90s or like early 2000s.
it was
like
it
when
had
it
to
would be-
be like
Uh,
27 years ago.
bro.
So it's like all that, like that $35,000 worth of stock that I had to pay that debt would probably be worth like $5 million right now.
Easy.
Oh, he just laughs. I'd be crying. Oh my goodness. So then you did that, and I know
The
you
race
put
was
out
a
on,
blast.
on Floodgate, you put out when we kind of came back and dipped our toe again, and I had those creative juices. We wrote Soundtrack to a Revolution, and we did that, and you put that out on Transparent or on Floodgate.
Floodgate, yeah.
Yeah.
So Floodgate was cool. Like there was a woman named Rita Springer that's a worship leader that I really dug. And out of Vineyard, I think I had a different appreciation for worship music. Like it wasn't like you listen to worship songs at church, but there wasn't like a worship kind of movement, you know, like that came along later with like Hillsong and Passion and all these things. So met this sweet woman, Rita, who I thought was incredibly talented, took her to Nashville, couldn't get her a deal anywhere. So I'm like, screw it, I'm starting a label. And did a live record at the Vineyard for a really, you know, economical, I don't know, it was 10 grand or something to do it. But she had a lot of favor, like a lot of people liked her. And so there was really good players on the record. And so, yeah, I ended up selling like 10,000 copies out of my garage. And
Yeah.
so that led to getting a distribution deal and having funds to like make more records. So it was fun.
Until
That's
the
what
Insiders,
started
and then
Floodgate.
we bankrupted you again.
That was really
every
when
record
Napster.
company we were ever on, man.
Yeah.
Every record company we were on that went under.
That's most record labels because 10% of the albums released pay for the other 90% that fail, you know. It's the 10% that are supposed to be massive and pay for everything. But yeah, for me, it was Napster came out and everybody just gravitated to that and records just stopped selling. And I didn't have reserves and deep enough pockets to like make it through. So it was one day, it was like, we were like $400,000 in debt to Warner Brothers. And I was like,
Wow.
oh crap. And then I had to break it to my wife, like, hey, when I was doing this deal, my lawyer said, I want them to take this clause out, but they won't do it. But technically they could come take your house. And I was like, that's never going to happen. So then we're like 400 grand in debt. And I had to break it to my wife, like, yeah, this is a thing.
And you're
And
still
then-
married.
And so
This is
then,
amazing.
I don't know how, but the lawyer at Warner Brothers just took a liking to me. And one day he calls up and he's like, hey, I got a deal for you. We're going to sell your contract to this other distributor and it's going to cover your entire debt. And they'll pay you $35,000 on top of that. Do you want to take it? And I was like, yes, I do.
Yeah.
But right when we were going under, I had made a record with a husband and wife duo named Brian and Jen Johnson. And they made a cool record. And pretty much even before it like debuted, like we were toast. In between of like making it, manufacturing it, shipping it, hitting stores, like right at that 11th hour, like our label was screwed. We were done. And so ended up just selling them back their record for like what we put into it and they could walk. And they ended up being Bethel Music, which has sold millions of albums.
No.
And like
Again.
one of the biggest publishing catalogs in Christian music. And they're great because I was so embarrassed about
Dude.
that for years and felt like they must just think I'm a schmuck and like all this stuff. And I remember like being at an arena show one night and I got invited to like the pre-show prayer. And it was like an ensemble thing, like 7 bands or something.
Okay.
And I get in there and Brian and Jen are in there and they're in the middle of worship time, people with eyes closed. And like, there wasn't any seats. So I ended up sitting kind of next to Brian. And then he's just opens his eyes like, man, God's so good. Tim Tabor is here tonight. He was the guy that gave us our start. It was like completely opposite of what I thought. Like I thought he was going to be like, that's the schmuck that didn't have his crap. Wow. It was just so cool and honoring. Like, I think I'll always remember that of like just being full of grace, you know, like he probably knew that it wasn't very easy for me in those days either. And he just chose to like, oh, we're just so thankful that Tim's here. And it's like so cool.
Oh, that is cool, man. That is cool. Now,
Yeah, but the fact that you didn't tie him into some deal with whatever you sold to, you know, like that would have so hamstringed them. You know, like you were like, here's your thing back, but I'm going to give it back
I
to you.
could
for
have
what?
panicked with
Like a
where
super-
I'm at in life, but it was like, no, we got to do the right thing. So like I gave
You did
Rita
do
all
that,
of her
man.
masters, like anybody on the label that wanted their rights back, I gave it to them.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
that's so. What was it? The lawyer that came to you, what was it that they were paying for? Am I an idiot
The
here? What
right
am I
to
not getting?
distribute the catalog of
Gotcha.
Floodgate, right?
Gotcha.
But then like I still owned the masters.
Yeah, there's no way
So-
they recouped on that.
I
Like,
don't
right.
know.
Insiders
like-
weren't bringing
Like
Warner
technically
Brothers.
I still own that,
Uh-huh.
but I'll never see a dollar and I'll never get anything. But like Rita was like, I'd like my master's back. Like I'd like to pay for my kids' college. I was like, that seems reasonable. And so I just wrote her a note that's like, you own your masters. And she gave it to a lawyer who went to the distribution company and she got all of her rights back.
Dude,
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
that's so cool, bro.
That's why you're Tim Tabor, man. You do the right thing. Like we talk, this has been a 5-year podcast of us. It's been like therapy for us talking about the industry. And you in both Reese and mine, our lives, you're the bright spot. Like you're
Well-
one of the real ones.
I think that like what was helpful on my journey is because I was an artist, because I got in that van, you know, and did the time and the overnight drives and the crappy food and all that stuff, made records. I could identify with folks when I had my own label or managing or promoting shows, you know? And so like when the label was broke, I could know what it felt like as someone that created an album and wrote the songs and did all the work. Like, what would I want out of that? You know, I didn't just go get an MBA and jump into some job. Like, I lived it, you know?
Yeah. But even within that though, there's still, you've made the choice. You've made the choice, even through those experiences, you've made that choice to still be God honoring and like do the right thing. Cause
I
there's
hope
somebody
so.
else out there that has a parallel, you know, life that they did the same thing, the band, and then they got into the industry. It doesn't necessarily mean you make the right choices, but you're one of the real ones, brother.
Oh,
You are,
thanks.
man, like even last year, Tim, like you were like, hey, do you want to hang out? We were coming to play. And I was like bummed at, you know, because you did promotion for us when we first got back together. And 5 Iron is a nightmare to work with. Like we suck because we're just like, I mean, when it all started when we were together, you know, like we decided we're a democracy and we function as like this kind of communism. And we share everything. Everybody has to decide. If you want to decide on something, you need a majority. But that worked when we were touring, you know, like, cause you'd be in a bus or in a van together every day and you'd be like, hey guys, what about this? And now like everybody has jobs and you have to do it via text or email. And so you can't decide on anything. And so you had to live through that. And I think like when we first came back together, we were like shooting stars, you know, like we broke the Kickstarter record and it was like easy, like to be like, hey, does anybody want to see 5 Iron? Cause it'd been, you know, 11 years and people were like, yeah, probably. And then that we saw that dip and then the guys in the band are just kind of like, well, this isn't working. We should get somebody else to book our shows. And it just like threw all this, you know, like just there's 8 of us and we have to vote and it takes forever. And we dropped you as our promoter. And I was like so bummed about it because I just loved being able to work with you and getting to see you and catch up and just the fact that you still cared about us. And then, so then last year, like this is a good, I don't know, 7-8 years ago. But then like last year, you're just like, hey, you're coming in town, come hang out with me. And you hung out with me and my girlfriend. Went to your house. You
Did you go to his diner? Did you go to
did.
Dick's?
I did.
Yeah.
It was so awesome.
I don't know. For me,
And I
dude, it
just
was
like, I love that about you, man.
there was a minute where like maybe I could help you do a few things, and we did, and then there was something else. But like
My band is beyond help. Like
I'm
any
still doing my
good-
thing, you're doing your thing.
Yeah.
It's all good.
my thing is just at this point, like they're like my family, so I have to do it. Like I have to do it because they're my family and like it's a good excuse to hang out with them. But like it's a fucking train wreck. It's so just like it's so dysfunctional when we have to decide things. And like we've gone through it all. Been like, hey, we'll elect one of us to make the decisions. And that lasts about 2 weeks.
Well, what's funny of you saying that is we were like that too. Like you had to vote on everything until we got Tim. Then it's like we would vote, like, should we do this Plank Eye tour? All in favor, say yay. It's silent. All in favor of nay, say nay. Everyone would go nay. And then Tim would go, no, you're doing the tour. And we'd be like, oh, okay. You'd be like, you'd be idiots if you didn't do this tour. And so it didn't matter what we voted. It was just what and Timmy never steered us wrong until I told him that I was walking away from 60K that I'm just now realizing I walked away from.
He
I
tried.
wish I could turn back the time.
He tried.
It's great.
No,
I think
Tim-
that we've all been down a road, Reese, and absolutely everything's cool. And like, Dennis and Melinda came to my Nashville house last year and hung out and brought their boy around. And like, that was a blast. And like, I think that we've all been part of this journey that like, I could see any of your guys, any insider guys, like a ton of folks from the past. And you're just like, I don't know, there's this kindred spirit that we've lived through this stuff, you
Yeah.
know?
I always make the people might not like this analogy, but it's like Band of Brothers. It's like you've gone to war. Like you've done this thing where you've sacrificed time with loved ones and stuff to be on the road. You've gone through the ups and downs and shows and stuff. And it's a certain kind of blood, sweat, and tears. You've gone through the creative process with people. You've made an album, which in and of itself is a huge thing. And then you add in touring and you add in the labels and you do all this stuff. And when you do that with someone, it's like the guys, I was going to say it's like the guys and the insiders, and I could not see them for a long time. But then when I see them, it's like no time has passed because you have that brotherhood of what you've experienced together.
Except
think,
for Kyle.
Except for Kyle.
Kyle is like a running joke in our whole podcast.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. Like if Kyle showed up at my house tomorrow, I'd be like, come on in, dude.
Yeah,
we
totally.
gotta talk about some stuff. And
Totally.
so I think
I'm
back to
technically
then.
supposed to arrest you. But
Yeah,
we'll,
I think you do have active warrants out of Indiana, but so what's going on with you now, Tim? Like you said, your Nashville house. I know I was going to rent your apartment for the NHL draft. Heidi and I were going to go down there, and that ended up falling through. And then you bought so do you still have that? And then you have like a ranch down there, don't you? And how often are you there?
I live in Nashville now. That's my
So you're not in
Is
California?
that where you're at now? No, you're in California.
right now. I'm in California.
Is it the same house that I saw last year? You took me
The
to
California
with,
house? Yeah.
yeah,
Little lake.
it's very nice. Yes.
But yeah, here, mom broke her hip, and then Thanksgiving with the kids here. That's where everybody wants to come because that's where all their friends are and stuff.
Okay.
So, but I'll be back in Nashville next week. But yeah, post
Insiders, I guess. So when Floodgate failed, it basically led me to be like, okay, I'm focusing on concerts, being a concert promoter, and just dove into that. And that's just kind of grown and grown to where we sold that a couple of years ago. And I now working for the guys that bought that company.
Oh,
It's called Live Co. And Transparent is like the Christian division, and it's now called TPR. And yeah, so it's a bigger company. We'll do like 2,500 concerts next year.
Wow.
And they're huge. Like it's all worship stuff.
Yeah, it's all over. Well, the Christian division is, your normal worship and CCM and whatever. But it's an exciting time because through streaming and social media and TikTok, like there's never been a better time to create and go direct to consumer. And in the Christian market, was always a lot of gatekeepers that weren't necessarily the age and demo of somebody new music in their 20s, So there was like, they're getting kept off of radio and stuff. Well, now it's like they don't need those gatekeepers' permission because all these kids are finding new music.
Yeah.
So like there's a guy we work with right now named Josiah Queen who really built his own thing. And it's kind of a folk rock type thing. And like he just sold 7,000 tickets in Tampa a couple weeks ago. And like, it's just fun stuff out of nowhere. There's a guy named Forrest Frank that's like filling arenas all over the place. That's like massive millions and millions and millions of streams and followers. There's a guy named Brandon Lake that I was just with in Portland a couple nights ago that like selling like 13,000 tickets a night average and just like doing all this great stuff. And so it's weird. It's not like when I was doing it or even when you guys were doing it. And I think some of it is just this direct to consumer, people discovering new music, where it's just a different thing right now than I've ever seen in the 35 years that I've been doing this.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, the live business just kind of took off and grew, and it's going great.
That's fantastic.
It's
And so
very cool.
I didn't know that your home base was in Nashville now. I thought you would go out to Nashville to vacation. Like, look what, when your social media stuff pops up.
Well, originally I was there a lot on business. So I thought to do the condo, and then the condo got popular through Airbnb. I was like, well, I want to go to Nashville. I can't even stay at my own place. So like, let's get something else. So Tracy found that property where we live, and it's just nice and peaceful and kind of rural. And
It's like 600 acres.
No, it's like 8 acres.
Close.
We're on 5. So you got us beat.
But in California, an acre is $5 million for 1 acre. So it's like to have any land at all is like really nice,
Heck yeah. Do you got like horses and goats and stuff?
We don't, because we pop back to Cali so often, for my mom and whatever, that it's not really conducive to having animals, because
Yeah,
we'd
no,
have to
I
have like
understand.
full-time caretakers and all that stuff.
Are you going to throw your hat in the ring in that area for a diner?
No, the diner thing was just like a wild hair.
You're not going to do like double dicks in Nashville? So you got dicks on the West Coast and then double dicks in Nashville?
I'll tell you what, it's been a gift, the name of that place, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I bet.
You can spend so much out of that.
Yeah. I
But
don't
that
know
was
why,
just
but yeah.
an agent I knew said, hey, this place is for sale. And it's been there since 1947. It's like the longest
Jeepers.
running restaurant.
And
in
you're like, I've never
Orange
run a restaurant before. Why not buy it?
And so I met with the guy selling it and just kind of hit it off. And I was like, well, I don't have enough cash to buy it buy it outright. But like, what if we were like 50-50 partners? And like, here's a few ideas I would do. And he was like, that sounds great. And I was like, by the way, I bought dickchurches.com. I noticed you didn't have that. So even if the deal doesn't go through, you can just have that. But I feel like we should
Jeez.
develop a website, like, and so it's been fun. It was like during COVID, I couldn't do concerts. So Tracy and I just dove into the restaurant thing and like remodeled the whole place because it was shut down, and the vibe was cool. It just needed some tender loving care and some updates and to be cleaned and whatnot. So that was
that's rad,
fun.
though.
We put a bar in and just did some fun stuff.
You have a speakeasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
so cool.
the food is really good. Like, I was just like, this is really good.
What's your
diner food.
go-to? What's your go-to if I go there? What are you going to say? You got to try this.
So, it's a classic American breakfast lunch joint. We do have dinner. It's
Perfect.
the same menu, but you can get almost anything for breakfast. That's great. But like the breakfast tacos are super popular. We have a chilaquiles, which is kind of a Hispanic dish that's super good. But I like the corned beef hash. I like the eggs Benedict.
There you go.
The
Yeah.
breakfast burrito is really good. So come on out, Joe. Well,
It's good.
I'm going to
we'll
have
break
to.
some bread.
I'll be honest with you. I'll probably get down to Nashville before I get to California.
Either place.
Heidi's never been to Nashville, my wife. She's
Jeez.
a huge old school country fan. So I want to take
on
her down there, do the Country Music Hall of Fame, kind of do some of the things down there. She's, like I said, she's never been. We were going to do that when the NHL draft was down in Nashville. So we were like, let's go down, let's go to the draft, let's do all these other things. And then life just happened and we weren't able to get down there. But yeah, I'd love to.
Come on down.
Yeah.
Come on down.
Well,
I want to come
amazing.
too, except I think Nashville is so gross right now. Like when we were there last year, I was like, hey, I want to show everybody downtown. I took my kids. I was like, it's so cool. There's like, there's all these old country bars and there's a band playing in them all. And it was just like frat girls in cowboy boots, like, and just,
And Kid Rock's bar.
oh,
So
and like
it
everybody
doesn't-
has a bar. Bon
Yeah.
Jovi, Kid Rock. It was
Yeah,
like,
that's the
it was
thing.
like Las Vegas. Like,
But-
I was like, this is gross, man.
It's the like 5 years ago became the #1 bachelorette party destination
Yes.
in America. Like
Yes,
it's
that's
half
what I've
of
heard.
Las Vegas.
Yeah, it
That's
seemed
what
like
I've heard.
the Vegas of the South. I mean, once you get out of that, like people are normal, but it wasn't like when I was down there, in the 90s when you'd be like, whose record store was it? The guy that wrote Walking the Floor Over You?
Tubbs?
Shoot. Yeah, Tubbs.
Yeah.
It was like, it's still there, but it's like encased in like all these, like, here's, Billy Ray Cyrus's bar. And like, it's just so much neon and so gross.
Are you playing? Are you doing Furnace Fest next year, Reese?
If they ask us, we will.
Why don't you come up and play at my house the day before?
And you know how this is going to go. I'm going to say this sounds like the best thing. This will be so fun, awesome. And then it has to go through those 7 other ding dongs.
So I put a pickleball court in that faces our meadow, and I bought a little sound system, and we could do like the 5-iron frenzy family picnic and seat about 2,000 people out on the lawn.
Yes.
What? We don't get
I'm into
get
it.
an invite to this? I'll
No.
get the band back together if we get to
Insiders are
play,
not
if
a
we get to jump off the
How many
pickleball
times-
court.
How many times do you break up and get back together? Let's
Oh,
do
we'll
it.
do it again.
Joe.
Let's do
Okay,
it
we'll
again.
do it.
If it means we can open a pickleball court show, I'm all in.
So
I'll call everyone tonight. We'll do Furnace Fest. Reese
You know-
Town not going to do it unless we play.
okay.
That's
we'll
not
get
gonna
down there. Dang it.
Tim, I know you can
We
talk
at least just play the
into
pickleball
it.
court?
You can talk Leonore
Screw
into
Furnace
it.
Fest.
It's the other guys. We just have to be like, come on, guys.
Dennis will do it. Dennis has been there. He's the one to
Oh, yeah.
speak most intelligently about it.
He is the most intelligent person in our band.
He went 7-2 on the pickleball court. That's the other thing.
Boom. Boom.
Okay, man. I
Do you
want
think
to.
people tuned out about 30 minutes ago?
Oh
I don't
no,
know.
no, people are gonna eat this up. Tim, your socials are gonna go through the roof.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna start having people contact you. Here's the thing. I'm a nobody. I am a fart in the Christian music industry's history. This fella, this guy says something on here. Oh my gosh, it's like Jerry Garcia. People
Tim,
taking his
that's what you're
gospel,
talking?
they dedicate their lives to it. It's ridiculous. Reese
The problem
Roper,
with this
not
is
true.
Jeremy Gould from Rumors Are True podcast has asked me every month for 5 years to go on his podcast. And this is the first podcast I've ever done.
Oh, my
phenomenal,
gosh.
Tim.
So he's probably going to give me a lot of shit for like not going on his thing.
I
And
thought
he's probably professional. Like it probably is really
don't
nice.
know.
And he wrote down his questions.
This
Yeah.
is not my
Probably.
world.
Yeah.
I've never done it.
this is
That's what it's like.
this is how much it took. I'm gonna real quick read. This is how much it took. Let's see. Hey, on Monday, so I text Tim on Wednesday of last week. Hey, on Monday, would you want to be on Reese and I's podcast? I'd love to hear your take on 90s music scene that you pioneered and then managed. He just replied, sure. That was it. That was it. Then I put,
There you
my
go.
mans, will you, what state will you be in on Monday? He said, Cali. So I said, we record at 8 p.m., which would be 5 p.m. for you. Can you do that? Nothing. Didn't hear anything back until this morning. I thought maybe he completely forgot. I texted him this
No.
morning and he's like, yeah. I was like, are you still good for tonight? He was like, yeah. All one word answers.
And then what I write, I
Th-
said,
then
are you
said,
trying to attract listeners? Nobody cares
Yeah.
about some old guy.
No, we're not trying to attract listeners. We're trying to end this thing. You're one of the big you're one of the big ballyhoo, like you're one of our white whales that we've been wanting to get on forever. And we just never asked. I didn't know it was gonna be that easy. I thought I was gonna have to go through someone and have our people call your people. I didn't know it was that easy. We would have done this 4 years ago. But Reese and I, we're thinking about ending this at the new year.
Well, dude, it's the same as when you're like, hey, you think my wife and I can stay at your condo? Sure.
Yeah.
It's the same answer.
Yeah. And this,
Yeah.
hey, you want to talk about how amazing this guy is, Reese? So I go, hey, my wife and I, we wanted to do your condo. He goes, okay, go on and see if it's free that weekend. So I said, it is. So I did like 5 days. And he goes, how much is it? And I was like, the cost is like $1,800 or like $2,300 for 5 days. And he goes, just give me like $300.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I was like, okay. And then I had to call him back and say, we can't do it. Like things changed. But yeah, he's just like, I'll just knock
So
like
he
$2,000
canceled like a
off.
day before, so he made me lose.
Yeah,
$2,000.
right. Yeah, right.
No.
I'm just trying to
Just-
help law enforcement.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Back the blue.
Yeah.
Back the blue.
It's a
What's
tax
funny is on
deduction.
this show, we always talk about roofing. I don't say I'm in law enforcement. I say I'm a roofer. So we talk in roofer code.
I mean, like when you go to the bar and you're roofing someone? Is that what you mean?
Close. Close.
He is a roofer.
Right. Close.
He is a thing.
Yeah. But what's
Like, have you ever heard of Bill Cosby? No? Hey, I bought you a drink.
yeah. Yeah. Just drink up and I'll tell you about him.
Both
Yeah.
you boys are doing good. You're in the service industry, law
Yeah.
enforcement, healthcare. Come
Yeah.
on,
Yeah. Good
just
old
being the light of the world.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good old roofers are first on the scene, just patching
Yep.
up holes and yeah. Yeah, it's something. It's fun, man.
Our pro skateboarding career did not pan out.
So, what's next for Five Iron? I see you're announcing some dates.
Yeah.
Playing with
we,
pie
tasters.
tasters. Heck yeah.
Right. Yeah, we're playing a couple shows with the Pie Tasters, and then we have we're not allowed to talk about, but it's a big ska band, and we're playing. They agreed to do the same thing we do, where we
Mustard
like, fly
plug,
out bigger.
Boston.
Boss tones.
No, Outside.
Real
Knock
big
on
fish.
wood.
We already did those guys.
The specials.
we,
That's
we
hot.
know them in the biblical sense.
Millington.
I can't tell you. If you say yes, I can't tell. If you say it, I can't tell you. It's going to come out next year. But they want to do this with us. Where we're flying out.
if we say it, it's your nose. It's your
The
nose.
W's.
Oh,
The bigger.
skedaddles.
It
Fun
is
with
good.
fat kids.
The Israelites.
Fun with that.
Oh,
kids.
you doing the
I mean-
Israelites?
No.
Oh, I know who it is. Less than
This
Jake.
has been fun.
You're doing
Oh,
less than Jake.
That'd be awesome.
No, it would be awesome. No, we have been in talks with those guys for a long time.
Dude,
but
that
it
would be
is
a
fun.
great package.
I
Yeah,
know.
It'd be called the Great Package Tour. You could
Yeah.
say
Great
that.
package tour.
And
You
just
can
have
sell that.
Yes.
and the
Case.
promotion photo could just be everyone in jeans, and it's just
Yes.
zoomed in
yes.
on the
Super
front of
tight
everyone's
Jordache.
jeans. Yeah,
Or
the package tour.
those diapers that are jeans. We could just get adult versions of those.
Yes.
Perfect.
I'm trying to Google ska bands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's about all of them. There's 4.
Suicide Machines.
No. That would be awesome though.
Op Ivy.
Yes, it is.
MU 330.
It's IME 330.
We said real
Um,
big fish.
Is it East Coast, West Coast?
No doubt.
Midwest.
It's no doubt, Joe.
No doubt.
No
Oh
doubt.
my gosh, she's doing no doubt.
Yeah.
Slackers,
Oh, my
Bad
goodness.
Manners, Sublime, Hepcat, Aquabats, Voodoo Glow Skulls.
Oh, you're doing Aquabats, huh? Oh,
What's the
that would
nose
be
thing?
awesome.
And you told me to itch my nose. That's all.
Are
So
they
it's
gonna do-
Aquabats.
That's
I
great.
can't tell you. I cannot.
Are you going through Nashville?
Deny.
Did John
I don't
Halpern
know.
set that up?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Remember John who
Who-
books the Glass House? Used to book Chain Reaction.
he did.
He's the king of ska.
He really is.
Yeah.
He is the king of ska. He has a crown.
What about Tazy? Remember Tazy Phillips?
Tazy
Yeah.
Phillips from the Ska Parade?
Ska Parade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
chit chat with him every now and then.
Not a lot of people named Tazy these days.
No, no. Not a lot of
Oh.
parents are rushing to name their kids Tazy.
You are on the list of Google's ska bands, by the way, Reese.
We exist.
Supertones are on there. I do not see the Insiders.
Joe.
Tim, I know. This
Whatever.
is how this podcast goes. People just think I'm a co-host that interviews Reese every week.
I
People don't give
think
two
so.
squirts of urine
They're like,
about the Insiders.
There's
Joe's
this
the
guy I know,
funny guy.
Jeffrey, and he invented the When We Were Young festival in Vegas, you know?
okay.
You know that one with like all of the emo bands?
Yes.
I'm just going to screenshot that list of all the ska bands and send it to him, and I'll bet you he can make that into a festival in about 3 seconds.
Dude. It would be so cool.
Go
There is like at one all ska festival, and it's like in Norfolk, and like who goes there? Like it's a cool festival, but it's not like if they did it in California, it'd be huge.
All right. I'm
Or if
doing
they
it.
did it in Nashville.
Same.
All
I
right.
think Southern California would be better.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Now, Tim, we've
Are we
taken,
still going?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
we're
that's
still
why
going. We've
I'm
wasted
landing the
so
plane.
much time.
I'm landing the plane. I'm landing the plane.
This seems boring.
I'm landing the plane.
That's how the
So
listeners are.
we've taken
Look
an hour 15 of your time. I want to thank you so much, Tim. You are one of the greatest guys in the industry. You're a phenomenal person,
for real.
a phenomenal Christian, a phenomenal mentor, a phenomenal friend, and you're just a badass dude, man. And there's not a bad thing to say about you. In all my years and everything working with you, man, there's not one bad thing that I could ever say about you. Not a squirrely thing that I could say about you. Oh, well, the squirrely thing was you in those bikini briefs jumping on a bed in a
What?
hotel.
What?
But other than that,
What?
other than
We've
that,
all done it.
man, you are just a phenomenal guy. And
Hey, Joe.
I just want to thank you.
Joe, you feel like dancing?
Do you feel like dancing? Hey, everyone, do you feel like dancing? Tim was metrosexual before there was metrosexual.
I invented
Tim would
it.
go
You-
out on
You
stage.
said, what
and
did I
just own it.
trailblaze? It was that.
It was
Metro.
just dapper AF. I mean, he would just lit it up.
That's my new side project, Dapper AF.
Yeah. I'll rap on it.
All right. Love you, boys.
All right,
Good
thanks,
ones.
buddy.
It's good to see your faces.
You too.
Thank you,
Hey,
Tim.
this is
I don't
what
know
we
how to
need you to
stop
do.
this.